All right, welcome. We're live here, Queen's Park, Toronto.
These guys are going. I can't go, unfortunately.
Protest for bike lanes again. Hey, two women. Peter, welcome. At least it's the daylight.
It's always started there.
I'm gonna share my links here.
Right, and you'll be able to talk to them.
More and more people are gathering.
Yeah, got a nickel bag of fun.
It's not a board.
Incorporate them into the
I'm
music.
just sharing my link, so bear with me. Hey Dave from Niagara Falls, welcome. Hey TBS,
Testing.
welcome.
Yep.
My bike is there, but I want to get closer, so yeah, I'm live streaming. So yeah.
And I'm Zev, and can everybody hear me? Is it good? Like, you all hear me?
I'm gonna
Okay,
sit on the
so we
ground.
are going to start off by giving a few speeches, and then afterwards we're going to do 3 bike rides. So there will be one down Bloor, one down University, and one down Yonge, and we'll give more information about that afterwards. But for now, we're going to give a speech. Okay, hello, my name is Zev, and both of us are students at U of T, and both of us rely on the bike lanes to bike to school every single day. For me, and like many other students, I moved to Toronto for school, and coming here, I didn't have access to a car. And also, like many other students, I don't have the time or really the money to be taking the TTC to get to school every day. On my way to school, I bike on college, and for the first few blocks of my trip, there are no bike lanes. It's on this part of the trip where I'm really afraid and I don't feel very confident. Although in general, I consider myself a very confident biker. Can we...
Turn it up, turn it up.
Is this any better? Test, test.
Keep your face closer to the mic.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, I use the bike lanes every single day to get to school. And on my way to school, I start on college. And for the first few blocks, I don't have any bike lanes. Although I consider myself a very confident biker, it's on this part of the trip that I feel afraid. I'm always trying to find a new way to avoid the parts of college that don't have bike lanes. And then, once I get past Yonge, there are bike lanes, and it's just a completely different experience. If the bike lanes on Bloor, University, and Yonge are removed, for many of my friends who rely on these streets to get to school, their trips will become much more dangerous and much scarier. If Bill 212 is passed, then streets like College will never be improved. So this is why I think it's really important that we fight the bill.
As Zev has pointed out, the greatest thing at risk with the removal of these bike lanes is safety.
While the removal of these bike lanes will hurt local businesses, move Toronto away from being a sustainable city, use millions of taxpayers' dollars, and not really improve gridlock, we're still going to see safety as our biggest loss. This year, 6 cyclists have died. Just on Thursday, there was a ghost bike ride placing 2 bikes right over there in view for 2 cyclists, young cyclists, who have died this year. If we remove these bike lanes, we are going to only be seeing more cyclist deaths. The city pledged to have 0 cyclist and pedestrian deaths. With Bill 212, this is going to be impossible. We already are having deaths with these amazing bike lanes in place. I can only imagine what will happen if they are removed. The last thing I will say is that I do not want to feel afraid when I am getting on my bike. I do not want to feel like I am having to make a brave choice by biking to school, which is the only option that I have. I want to feel safe. I want to feel protected by my city. I want to feel like I am making a choice that betters the city, that makes it healthier and makes me healthier. Bill 212 makes this impossible. It puts all of us under threat, bicyclists, and all road users. We cannot let this bill pass.
Thank you so much, Eva, and thank you all for coming out. Now we're going to hear from our first speaker. So if Robin could please come up. Robin represents Young for All, which is an amazing grassroots organization that works on developing safe streets.
Hi everybody, my name is Robin and I am with Young for All, as I've said, a grassroots group of neighbors who came together to save the Yonge Street bike lane the first time it was threatened with removal. That complete street design has transformed Midtown Yonge from Davisville to Bloor, calming traffic and making it welcoming for local residents and visitors to go to the shops and restaurants, for kids to ride to school, and for everybody to get around. But Doug Ford doesn't care about any of that. He doesn't care about any of us. He cares about lining his own pockets with kickbacks from his developer friends and distracting voters from his government's failures on transit, housing, education, and health care. He's hoping that we will be so focused on trying to fight Bill 212 that we'll forget that he's selling off Ontario piece by piece, sacrificing our future and our children's future for his donors' profits. But you know what? I'm a working mom of 3, Doug. I know how to multitask. Leaked internal documents show that the Conservatives know this bill will not improve congestion in Toronto or anywhere else. And they know that it will endanger cyclists and pedestrians, transit users, and even drivers, which is why they've added a clause that prohibits us from suing them even when the inevitable injuries and deaths occur. They do have the power to reduce congestion. They could expedite the completion of the Eglinton and Ontario lines. They could invest in the expansion of GO, TTC, and other transit agencies. They could fast track safe, complete street designs to help more people get around without everyone having to be in a car. They could add tolls to the DVP and the Gardner. They could institute congestion charges for cars coming downtown. They could provide incentives for people to buy e-bikes. But they're not going to do any of that because they don't actually care about improving conditions in our cities. So what might we do to fight against such a crooked, craven government? We need to keep pressing on all of the issues. Understaffing at hospitals, overcrowding in our schools, destruction of the Greenbelt, Ontario Place, Science Centre, inadequate housing, endless delays for Metrolinx, and yes, the disingenuous, ineffectual removal of our bike lanes. Most of all, what we need to do is keep riding our bikes. Do your shopping by bike. Go to shows by bike. Get your friends to ride bikes. Teach your kids to ride bikes. Get your neighbors to ride bikes. Bike to class. Bike to work. Bike past traffic jams. Bike on Yonge Street. Bike on University. Bike on Bloor. Don't let these bullies scare us away. So I have a message for Doug Ford. You can get rid of bike lanes. You have the power to do that, but you can't get rid of bike riders. We are here to stay. And Doug, if you take our lanes, we'll take yours.
Thank you so much, Robin, for that amazing speech. Before we go into the next amazing speaker, if you are a bike marshal or you want to bike marshal, which is stopping the traffic while we ride, please come and talk to Zev and I during this next speech. So next we are going to be hearing from a community cyclist, Michael Ross, about the importance of the young bike lanes for him.
Thank you, Eva. My wife refers to me as an octogenarian on wheels. And, you know, that's one of the things about bike riding. You can do it all your life if we have a safe infrastructure for bike riding.
Louder!
Louder.
Closer to the microphone.
All right. If I get closer, though, it gets distorted, doesn't it? No? No? Okay. Yes, I use the young bike lanes. I use them for a number of different purposes, but one of my main purposes is to ride up to the belt line. And what the young bike lane allows me to do is ride up safely and then get on the belt line and ride through woods. It's amazing. Now, Doug Ford says, you know, I don't think Doug is evil. I think he's wrong, and it's he's misguided, but he wants to reduce gridlock. Well, I'm a driver, okay? I don't just ride a bike. I drive. I too would like to reduce gridlock. I get it. Doug Ford says he'd like to have Torontonians be able to spend more time with their family. I love to spend time with my family. I get it. Okay. The problem is his goals are worthy, his means is not.
Yes.
Right? We know that this is not going to effectively reduce gridlock. We know it's going to cause deaths and injuries. And as a driver, I'm not interested in saving at most a couple of minutes each day in order to prevent, and have as a result of that increased deaths and injuries. It doesn't compute for me. Now there are other ways, and we're actually seeing it on Yonge Street in a different way. There's a lot of condos being constructed on Yonge Street and under proposal, and if you look at the proposals and the designs, they're very different from the way buildings used to be built. So there is a proposal to build at the corner of my street on Yonge a condo building with 700 units in it. It's like a small city. 700 units, 18 parking places, 766 bicycle places. You heard that right. 18 parking places. And you can do that on Yonge Street for two reasons. We have the subway and we have bike lanes. So I think what Doug Ford has to realize is the times they are a-changing, and he has to change with them. Thank you.
Stop Doug Ford! Stop Doug Ford! Stop Doug Ford! Stop Doug Ford! Stop Doug Ford!
Stop Doug Ford!
Stop Doug Ford!
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Michael, for the great speech. Next up, we have Oda, who is a bike lane advocate, arguing for the importance of bike lanes for disabled people.
Hey everybody, my name is Oda. I don't particularly like doing this kind of thing, but I think it's important to share my perspective. So, I'm a resident of this city, and one of my main issues has always been from getting from A to B. As a wheelchair user, the subway has many issues that you've all experienced, in addition to things like elevator outages, shuttle buses, rush hour is a shit show. Wheel-Trans is great in theory, door-to-door service for the most vulnerable population, yes please, but it's also really understaffed and extremely unreliable. So my wheelchair isn't just a tool, it's an extension of my body. As Marshall McLuhan suggested, technologies become part of us, enhancing and extending our capabilities. For me, this e-bike has changed the way I see the city. It has changed things for me. I'm able to get around the city differently. I'm viewing the city and interacting with it differently. The bike lanes have allowed me to experience freedom and finally feel like I'm part of this city that's vibrant and alive. I finally found a freedom that I've been longing for, but now this freedom is threatened. It's threatened because of a handful of people with access to Doug Ford, his friends, his rich donors. This freedom is threatened because Doug Ford thinks he's gonna save a few minutes for his commute to Queen's Park. This freedom is now threatened because Doug Ford wants us to forget about the Eglinton LRT, the Science Center, yes, or the Highway 413.
Yes! Stealing farmland!
Section 7 of the Canadian Charter of Rights says everyone has the right to life, liberty, and safety of person. The removal of the protected bike lanes is a direct attack against my safety of person. The removal of the bike lanes is a blatant disregard of my ability to live life, to have life and liberty. So the last thing I want to say is, Doug Ford picked the wrong cause to distract us with. I learned that the cyclists in the city are extremely vocal and extremely proud of the infrastructure that we've been fighting for. I think Doug Ford's gonna regret it, and I hope we're all gonna show him that. Thank you.
Get rid of him! Woo! Thank you, Oda!
Thank you for that wonderful speech. Next up, we have Angela, who is a longtime bicyclist activist who helped fight for the bike lanes on Bloor.
Wow, this is a great turnout! I'm here to talk about bike lanes on Bloor. They saw an increase of 50% after the bike lanes were installed. An average of 5,000 cyclists a day use that bike lane. And how did that happen? That's what I want to share with you. How did those bike lanes that Ford and his cronies want to rip up. Well, cyclists have been calling for bike lanes on Bloor since, believe it or not, the 1890s. That tidbit is from the author Albert Cole, who is also a cycling advocate on Bloor and lawyer and bike activist. He wrote a delightful book called Wheeling Through Toronto. Also in 1977 and in 1992, there were City of Toronto reports that said bike lanes along Bloor and Danforth are the most natural place to put bike lanes, the roadways along Bloor and Danforth, because they're flat, they're along the subway so motorists can use the subway, and there's no streetcar tracks. But still nothing was happening. So in 2005, after the late Tucker Gomberg, who many of you may remember ran for mayor in 2000, bicycle activist extraordinaire, he passed away. Let's all ring our bell for Tucker, please. Some friends and I came together in 2005 to come up with a legacy project for Tucker. And we decided to campaign, including Hamish, we decided to campaign for bike lanes along Bloor and Danforth. And we envisioned a bicycle expressway all the way from Mississauga to Scarborough on both sides of the street where cyclists could feel safe crossing the entirety of the city. We called that campaign Take the Tucker. And we launched that in 2005, and we started organizing regular bike rides that got out hundreds of cyclists. That we cycled along the route. We did bicycle media events where we unfurled fake bike lanes. There were cyclists in the middle of the night that came out and painted phantom bike lanes. We did a paper petition, if you can believe it. We got thousands of signatures just standing on the corners of Bloor getting signatures. And we made it an issue such that then in 2007, Bells on Bloor was formed. Again, by this time with Albert Cole, and he and other cyclists, and with Take the Tucker, we started growing in number. In 2008, right here, just north of here, Yorkville was being rebuilt, the roadway, and we advocated for bike lanes. The city didn't put them in, so we took them to court with Albert, who was the lawyer. We lost that case. We got Sharrows initially, but again, it was just part of the building of the campaign that we cyclists were calling for it for decades. Then the Toronto Coalition for Active Transportation came out with a report saying cyclists and pedestrians and transit users are what are actually coming to the stores. The storekeepers always think that it's car drivers coming to the stores, but it's not. It's the local cyclists and walkers. So again, another chunk. Bikes mean business. And then in 2013, then there was Bells on Bloor. There was Bells on Bloor, there was Bells on Danforth, there was Bells on Yonge, and campaigns were just building. In 2013, Bells on Bloor said, we want a pilot project along Bloor Street. And the city council actually granted that pilot project. After studying it for several years, we got the pilot project. It was so successful that by 2017, we got the first step of the bike lane on Bloor. And then we campaigned to extend it east and west. And today there are 24 kilometers of the Take the Tucker vision. And that's what Doug Ford is going after in this Bill 212. All to gain political points. Already, Toronto's cycling infrastructure is a joke compared to Montreal and Vancouver and most US cities. So removing bike infrastructure just means more cars on the road, more collisions and congestion, not less. We're talking about life and death here. This is no political joke that the Conservatives get to play to rack up suburban votes. So I say, hell no. We fight back. We have the people power and the bike power. We know viscerally that bike lanes save lives. 70% of Torontonians identify as cyclists, and 10% cycle to work daily. We are hundreds of thousands of Torontonians that say yes to bike lanes because we say yes to healthy, fun, safe, environmentally friendly, and responsible transportation. But we've got to do our part to speak out now. Write our politicians, write letters to the editor, write our families and friends and ask them to also speak out to their politicians. Let's draft letters to our family and friends that live in the suburbs to send to their politicians. We've got to get Doug Fraud out of office. We've all got to work in the next provincial election for people that will beat the Conservatives, whatever candidate or party that's more likely to win. We can't split the vote this next election. We have to be strategic, vote strategically, donate strategically, volunteer strategically to ensure Doug Fraud and his fraudsters pack up and leave Queen's Park. We've earned these bike lanes. We deserve these bike lanes, and with a hell of a lot more effort, we'll keep our beloved bike lanes that save lives.
I'm Hamish. I was on the cycling committee when we had one and thought living legacy for Tooker would be a great idea, and now you cannot rip them out. It's pretty obscene because the reason for the 1992 study was that the former city of Toronto wanted to do something about the climate crisis. What to do then to make it safe for the most energy efficient machine of all, the bicycle. Seriously. And now it seems that everybody, including Mr. Ford, somehow they don't have the ability to see that there's a massive mobility option for all the car drivers called the subway. Hello? Yes. Anybody home? Wear some tunnel vision when you actually need it. Yeah, please, like University Avenue has a subway. Yonge Street has a subway. Bloor and Danforth has a subway. Why not take the subway? Hello, we have options. And why build more subways if you're not going to do something special on top of them? It's ridiculous. And yes, this Bill 212's attack on bicycles is much more of a distraction, I think, because there's so much other bad stuff going on. So don't lose focus of that. Bike, and absolutely talk to your friends and family that are out of the city, out in even rural Ontario. And these are car swervatives. You know, they're not really fiscally conservative.
Not at all.
They're bad. So, safe trips, everyone. Thanks to you for coming out.
Bike lanes save lives!
Bike lanes save lives! Bike lanes save lives! Bike lanes save lives! Bike lanes save lives! Bike lanes save lives!
Thank you so much to Angela and Hamish for those amazing speeches. We'd like to introduce Anthony Farnell and Storm, who are bike enthusiasts and are here to talk about the importance for dogs and humans.
Hey everybody, I did leave my dog at home today, but maybe I can take a Storm alternative here and just talk for dogs, talk for people, talk for safety, because without getting political, and I know this is a political thing, Bill 212, we all disagree on that for various reasons. I really am a big advocate for the climate, for environment, for safety as well. And those things should not really be political, even though they are. So as far as my journey, I came here from Montreal. I understand bike culture. I understand a bike community. I also understand how things can snowball, how if you get more and more people involved, more people feeling safe biking, it just grows and grows until it's ingrained and you don't have the same clash between cars and bikes. It's not a culture war. It should be something that we all agree with, and many of us drive cars just as we like to bike. So I've been here, I'm from Montreal, but I've been here long enough to know what it was like biking in Toronto before bike lanes. And you've heard how hard it was to get city council to change. And by the way, there's a whole big part of it where you're now going to have Queen's Park overriding what your elected councillors are trying to do, which you all have elected. So again, I've been here a long time. I biked, I've been doored, I've fallen off my bike, I've had a lot of dangerous encounters, and I still experience that. I bike up to work. I actually bike on Don Mills, which can be treacherous on the best of days, but it is something that you experience and you realize that we can go back to that, and we don't want to go back to that because it is dangerous, and cars think that they can push you off to the side of the road and that they have the right of way. Now, I'm not going to take too much time, but I do want to go over a couple of things. I'm a meteorologist. It is November 23rd. We're out here biking. And that is a great thing. It is also a troubling and scary thing, the fact it's 10 degrees, we're out here, we haven't had any snow. But that's one of the biggest complaints is that, well, 6 months of the year, you're not going to be able to get out there and bike. It's November 23rd. In 6 months, it's June. It's next summer. So we're now, unfortunately, with climate change, going to a winter where, I mean, last year we had 40 centimeters of snow. There was maybe a month total where it wasn't ideal biking conditions. So we're heading with climate change to a reality where we have shorter winters. What is the best way to get around? Biking. What's the best for the environment? Biking. Storm agrees with me on all of this. Storm's my dog, by the way. He's been on TV with me for about 13 years. He goes in my backpack sometimes when I bike, and we just really care about safe streets, and this is something that unfortunately is going to be a fight that we all have to continue, even if things happen in the next couple of weeks and bills get passed. We have to keep fighting. We have to keep growing our community, and we also have to keep fighting back from all of the comments that come from people in very rural areas that really don't understand what it's like biking. Here's just one example. Bikes should be banned in Toronto because it's not safe. They should stick to parks. It doesn't make sense. The other one's the 6 months of winter. The other thing is using side streets. The city goes through a lengthy process to figure out what streets can have bike lanes and what ones maybe shouldn't. Like the lower part of Yonge. There are alternatives. It's more of a grid once you get downtown. You maybe don't need a bike lane on lower parts of Yonge. But once you get, I mean, some would agree that you probably do, and I'm actually one of them, but when you get to Bloor West, when you get to the ravine system, there are no other ways, and you can press Doug Ford, you can press anybody that's in charge of it. They can't give you alternatives. They can't give you alternatives through Rosedale, zigzagging through Bloor West, Christie Pitt. It doesn't make sense, and these streets aren't flat, they aren't as wide, so it just is something that I know we're going to have to keep fighting, and it's so great to see everybody out here today, and keep up the good work, and thank these two as well for organizing this protest.
Okay, thank you so much, Anthony, for that great speech. Next up, we're going to have Alex, who represents Fridays for Future Toronto, which is a youth-led grassroots organization fighting against climate change.
Thank you for that introduction. Hi everyone, great to see everyone here. I'm not really here to convince you guys that we need more bike lanes. I think you know already. I want to give some suggestions about how we can win. And I think that we can win by making Doug Ford afraid. If we make him scared of our power, we can make him back down. And we know there's about 2 things he cares about. One of them is making money from shady deals. Yes! And the other one is winning elections so that he can make shady deals. So if we can make him insecure about the next election, we can make him scared. And luckily, there's a clear solution right in front of our noses. Right now, Doug Ford is on a power trip because he is in control of a majority government when only 18% of eligible voters voted for him in the last election. He is in power because of vote splitting in our undemocratic electoral system. And what that means is that if the NDP and the Liberal work together instead of competing with each other, they can easily kick Ford out of the Premier's office. So we need to be sending a resoundingly clear message to all of our NDP and Liberal candidates. This is not the time for division. Bill 212 is yet another example of why Doug Ford is completely unfit to be in that office. We need to be doing everything in our power to get him out of there. And so if the NDP and the Liberals actually care about Ontarians, if they really want to do something to help us in our fight for better transportation, they need to do everything in their power to get him out. And that means working together. When all the people who actually want a better Ontario are united, Doug Ford does not stand a chance. And that brings me to my second point. What Ford wants most to do in all of this is to divide us. Divide regular people, cities and suburbs, cyclists and drivers. He wants to make us hate each other. The thing that Doug Ford is most afraid of is love. We need to approach this fight with love and build unity, not just with other urban cyclists, but with our siblings in the suburbs who Doug Ford is ripping off. Documents from the government's own cabinet briefings have shown removing bike lanes makes traffic worse. Doug Ford is betraying suburban drivers by telling them he's fixing traffic when he's actually making it worse. So we need to approach these people with love. We need to welcome them into our fight. All of us want to get around the city more quickly and more safely. So if we can all unite on that, we can fight this troll who wants to make life worse for all of us. And how do we do that? We need to expose Ford for the petty, corrupt, greedy enemy of the people that he is. Let's talk about the developer friends who are benefiting from Highway 413. Let's talk about the obscene deal with Therme at Ontario Place. Let's talk about how Doug Ford's trying to expand gas plants in the province in the middle of a climate crisis. Let's talk about traffic, because we need to acknowledge that people are rightfully mad about traffic, but we can channel that rage back at Doug Ford. So let's talk about all the traffic that removing bike lanes is going to cause. Let's talk about how after 13 years of construction, the Eglinton Crosstown has still not opened. And it's going to clog up traffic until it does. So let's get people angry at Doug Ford about that. So those are my pieces of advice. Unity, love, and rage. If we can harness those, Doug Ford, the traffic troll, will be scared. He will be terrified, and he'll back down. So I want to end with a chant in solidarity with the people in the suburbs who are mad about traffic, because this isn't just about cyclists versus cars, it's about all of us. So just repeat after me, okay? For the city! For the city! For the suburbs! For the suburbs! Bike lanes should not be gutted! Bike lanes should not be gutted! city.
For the city.
For the suburbs.
For the suburbs.
Bike lanes should not be gutted.
Bike lanes should not be gutted.
Whoa!
Okay, thank you so much, Alex, and to all of our amazing speakers. We were given some really cool signs here. We're going to put them right here, so if you want any, you can just come up afterwards and grab one. Okay, so next we're just going to explain how the ride is going to work. So there are 3 rides happening today, and you can choose to go on any of them. Well, just one of them, because they're all happening simultaneously, but you have the choice of which one you want to go on.
Yeah, and if you're somebody who has a sign for the ride, please go to where we talked about going. And there's going to be a ride going down University. There's going to be a ride going up north on Yonge, and there's going to be a ride heading west down Bloor. So really just pick whichever one is in the direction of home for you. And please gather for these. So if you think you're going to go to the University ride, if you can go further down towards University, towards the lights over there on the west side. And if you're going to go on the Yonge ride, if you could gather near Grosvenor over there, which hopefully should be clear. And then if you're going to go on the Bloor ride, then you should go towards Wellesley, and you can go on that path along the side of Queen's Park.
So nobody should start biking until the bike marshals are on the road, because we're going to be going through traffic, so you're going to need bike marshals there. If you are a bike marshal and we haven't talked to you, please, please, please choose one of the rides to go on and help bike marshal, because we want to keep everybody safe. Oh gosh, thank you all so much for coming today. You're all amazing, and we will see you at the next event.
I'm live streaming on YouTube, so if you want to watch your dog after. What kind of dog?
He's a golden doodle.
Golden doodle. And the name?
Loki.
Loki? Sorry.
The god of mischief. Loki.
Loki.
L-O-K-I.
Okay. Loki. Golden doodle. Hey, you. It's like, what's happening? Okay. Get my bike. Which route? So they're not. So they're going like separate groups. I don't like that. I want to be all together and ride together. 2 women. John Burke, Skywalking, welcome. Addie, Carl, Roth, Norman, big hugs. Christian, big hugs. Everybody, big hugs. Sunshine after rain, thank you for being here. Austin City Limits, awesome. Thank you. All right, I'll just let everyone spread out before I start moving. All right. Ah. Addie. Thanks, Addie. TBS, thank you. Everybody, Peter. Okay, let me put my stuff away. Actually, let me do a panorama with my other phone so I can add. Because I just finished putting together the one on Danforth. I'll take that. So everyone, there's 3 groups, right? They said. I don't know which one I'm going on. I'll do the university one. I want to do bluer too. Why can't we do all together? Anyway, that's how they planned it, so. All right. I was just handed this. I wonder if that was that's really his face or well, everyone seems I want to go to this group. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the other group. It looks bigger. We'll go to this one. I think this one they're going bluer. I have to go on my other side. One moment. Oh. Sure, this is all tightened. Okay. Get over. And then what is this? Palace. Another. Okay. Oh. All right. This one's going young. This one's going bluer. Okay. I wanted to do bluer. I wonder if they're going to go west or are they going to go east? Because it's west, I think. Deer Tent. Oh, this is Young Street. I'll go this one. This one looks. Oh, to Chris. Oh, blur to Christie.
Route or young route?
Okay. Too bad we can't do it all together. Right? It would have been better. Made more of a statement.
Do you know where the university is?
They should do all. Oh, baby. Oh. Somebody's having a meltdown. To Christie, that's so short. We should go all the way to Doug Ford's house. My lips are getting chapped. A moment. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was supposed to do laundry yesterday, but I got into editing. I thought I'll do laundry today, but no. But then part of me is like, no, I have to be here. So hopefully I'll get laundry done sometime. Tomorrow I'll be out and about, but not in the Santa Claus parade. So don't look out for me there on that. I think I'm done with the parade things. I just don't. So same old, same old. But I will be out tomorrow and do another. Okay, I hear music, so don't kill the string. Okay, looks like we see movement. I see movement. From here to Christie, so short ride. I want more. moving much. I'm not even getting on my bike because they're not moving much here. Hey. Not going anywhere.
This should be good.
Yeah.
If we don't all run into each other.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
You know it's not Doug Ford's car. He prefers Escalade.
Wow, 3 groups. Yeah? So it's good turnout again for the young students here organizing it. Okay, I'm gonna use my funny horn. I don't think they're honking for us. They're honking at us. Woo! 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 I don't like the music. I want to get away from the music. Let's go on the sidewalk. Really piss them off. Ah. What's the holdup? I might have to cave in and order off of Amazon. I want those reflector lights, vest lights.
What's that?
What? The cops are on the sidewalk. The cop is cycling on the sidewalk. Save lives! Save lives! Save lives! Save lives! Save lives! Okay, I can't show no more. Save lives! Oh, there's a doggy there. A little puppy. No, puppy. Poodle in the basket in the front. Oh, cute doggy. Hi. Oh, living the life. I like the daytime protest. Well, I have to get ready for the next stop so I can capture the moment on the other phone. Yeah, so I was working on the East Ender bike rally, I guess, that started at the Danforth, so that's ready to. It's in private right now, so I worked on that yesterday. Oh no, the kickstand is down. Fix her kickstand. And don't cycle with Birkenstock sandals. That can be dangerous. If you're not going long distance, sure, but long distance you should be wearing proper shoes. I don't think we're going long distance, but going. I don't think I can do this. I'm gonna record this part. Okay. Save our bike lanes! Save our bike lane! Let me see if I can lift up the thing. To your left, okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay.
Save streets!
Save lives!
Save streets!
Save lives!
Save streets!
Save lives!
Save streets!
Whoa.
Save lives!
Sorry.
Save streets!
Save lives!
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 Woo!
Woo!
Save our bike lanes!
Save our bike lanes!
Save our bike lanes! Save our bike lanes! For the city!
Woo! Oh, I don't need music. Yeah, we don't need music. Ah, sound Christmas carol. Come join us. Get on your bike, let's go. Hi, Chatty Cathy.
Should not be gutted. For the city. For the city. For the suburbs. For the suburbs. Bike lanes should not be gutted. For the city. For the city. For the suburbs. Bike lanes should not be gutted.
I'm just grilling some. Not a good idea. I don't know, I see other cyclists, they can cycle with one hand and then record on the other hand. I can't do that. Come join us. No order, come join us. If you have no takeout order, come join us. I'm thinking about the whistle. Oh. Somebody's blocking the traffic here, I hope. Yeah! We're in Korean town or Koreatown now. Oh, cute. Ron was at Christie Pit, so I want to go further. I want to go to Doug Ford's house. Look at these honking planters here. They can remove the planters and make that into a bike lane. Nobody's blocking. You're in the leg lane. Blew it. Oh no, I don't need this music. Yikes. Woo, I'm gonna pass you. Thank you. I'm gonna get copyright. What? Sorry. Okay, we made it. Oh, careful. Ah. All right.
For the city! For the city! For the suburbs! Bike lanes should not be gutted!
Oh.
For the city! For the suburbs! Bike lanes should not be gutted!
I'm gonna turn around.
For the city! For the suburbs! Bike lanes should not be gutted! For the city! For the suburbs! Bike lanes should not be gutted! Whoa!
Do you want to see if you want to keep riding? Sure.
Let's go to Doug Ford's house. Can we?
Hey, does anybody want to keep riding west?
Yeah! Woo!
Hey guys, we're gonna keep riding. So if you want to keep riding west, I think that's happening.
Yeah, let's go.
West!
Keep going west!
Let's go.
Getting back on the road. can go there and then go north on
So we're gonna keep riding west and
Oops, sorry.
I don't know. Like somewhere like around Duffy. No, where do you go down?
All right, these people are in the way. I'm trying to get out too, so just one moment, please. Oh my gosh. New Jersey in the house, welcome. Hey. I smell nice food. Indian cuisine coming up. The aroma. Got my whistle. Oh, I'm gonna mute. I caught up to some music. One moment, guys. I'm gonna let that group go ahead so I don't be around that music. Go ahead.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Meantime, I'll just do some pre-record right now.
For the 7! Repeat after me! For the city!
For the city! Okay. Oh. A nice bowl of warm Hungarian goulash soup would go nicely right now. Yeah, give me a minute to move to my left. Oh no. Right. I don't want to catch up to that guy.
Jesus Christ, he's with the when the trumpet light. Jesus Christ is the one that we
Trying to bike route. There's a lot of bike shops around here. Relax. Go smoke your ganja somewhere else. There are cyclists that do cycle in the winter, so. That's a big thing. I wonder how far they're going to now. What? Where would they go now? Pat's Jamaican jerk. Woo! Oh, this guy with his radio. Let's see to see. Somebody's making some announcement there. I don't know if this is the last stop or not. Oh, did he ride to his new office? Where's his new... Oh, no, his new office. The biking lawyer moved his office. I forget now where. Or maybe we're going to High Park. I don't know.
Bike lane, save lives! Bike lane, save lives! Bike lane, save lives! Bike lane!
Save lives! Whoa, I can't. This guy's not going far enough.
Save lives! Save lives!
Save lives! Save lives! Save lives! Save lives! Okay, that's enough.
Save lives! Save lives!
No, you have to wait. Woo! Bike lane saves lives. Let's go. Is there any Turkish grocery store around here? I want to find some coffee candy. I'm close to that. Oh. Oh.
I was talking about it before. Fridays for Future's organizing another demonstration in a couple weeks. So if you follow us on Instagram, Fridays for Future TO, or check up on our website, you can see more info when we plan it.
Sorry. Oh, if we go to Bloor West Village, I'll go back into that old farm. Maybe they have some coffee, candy. Were you on? Did you join us? Yeah, you've been here. I'm live streaming. Want to say hi?
Hi. Hey everyone. How are you? Bike Life Saves Lives.
But your channel name?
Oh, Wheels on the Bike.
Yeah, Wheels on the Bike. Follow her. She's amazing. She's a hardcore cyclist. I admire everything you do.
It's amazing what you do.
Oh, I haven't seen you live in a while.
No, I haven't. I stopped.
Been busy. Oh.
I think you have to be very dedicated to the stream quality, and at a certain point, you need to invest in, networks, etc. And
but maybe you'll come back. Okay. Are you gonna continue? Yeah. Okay. See you. Woo! Adrian, I saw you. Hi. I thought I saw you in this group. I'm like, is that Adrian? But no, I think he had an Irish accent. It's your clone. Adrian, you have a clone here in the. She should have live streamed this too. Oh my gosh. She's she's so advanced than I am. She'll go out to the outskirts the rural roads and stuff like that on her own, and I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be. More music. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to. He's right there. Neon Rider crew. I'm hoping that the whistle will drown it out. And it's misty right now. us. An older gray hair lady in the car. She just flipped the bird at us. She must have voted for Doug Ford. I wish I was able to take a picture of her flipping the bird. Hi. I'm blowing. Oh no, not at all. I got my first low battery. There. You can pass me. I have to charge my phone here. Okay. More music coming by. It's okay. We're good. I'll get my battery. Reaching, digging. Here we go. Battery. Save lives. Save lives. Shouting is more strenuous on the vocals than blowing a whistle. Okay, charging. Okay, but we have to cycle by, so the counter will get us. Count us in. You're huffing and puffing. The cop is huffing and puffing.
Bicycle counting on this side.
But it's digital, it's hard to pick it up, I think.
Yeah, 600. 605.
It's hard to pick up because it's digital. Where's my other phone? The counter's not, it's like going crazy on the screen. Picking up on that one. I don't know.
We're gonna go one at a time for this counter. Oh, it's 686.
It's gonna blow up.
I think mainly just family trips there.
Okay.
I count for 2.
All right.
Let's keep riding.
And take your music away from me. Okay, let's go back on the bike. We also want to enter High Park. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Whew. Okay, no more music. I'm gonna get copyright. Can we squeeze up?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna just squeeze by here. Thank you.
Let's keep going. Go to the west.
I'm not.
To the west.
I don't know if I want to keep going. How long? I want to do. I gotta get home and do laundry. Let them go off. I think this will be it for me. I can go, but I have other things to do. All right, so that's gonna be it for me per se. Okay. And they have their music on. Okay. All right, boys and girls. That's it for me because I have things to do. I don't know if I want to run. Bog Barn is more in more west. I'm not in crazy, desperate for the coffee candy, and it's only if I come across it. I'm gonna end this one and start just a regular ride. Okay, boys and girls, so thanks for joining me on this bike lane protest. Thanks, guys and gals. Thanks, Addie. Oh, Randy's here. Chatty Cathy, TBS, Dave from Niagara Falls, Dave from Maine. Who else joined? Adrian, thank you. Peter, Norman. I'll let them, they'll continue, but I have stuff to do, so. D. Michael, thank you so much. I'll be back on very soon. I just want to end this one. 2 hours is enough for me because I need to get home eventually to do my laundry. Desperate to have clean clothes. Two Women, thank you so much. Who else joined me? Skywalking, Sunshine After Rain. Thank you. That was fun. Good turnout. Carl Roth, thank you. Sanford, thank you. At least we went further because I find it was the other times it's so short. Christian Hansen, thank you so much. Austin City Limits, thank you. Pickard. Oh, was that Pickard? Yeah. Pickard was here. everybody. If I missed you, my apologies. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers, everyone. Bike lane saves lives, okay? Remember that. We need them. It should be universal, like, you know. It shouldn't be even a... Doug Ford is out to lunch on that one. Okay, so that's it for now. And we'll be back on shortly. I'll get a thumbnail and we're gonna ride back, like, into the city. All right. Thanks, Chatty Cathy. I think Doug Ford is like in another era. It's just a power trip. It's basically a power trip because of his title. And then he goes and gets whoever to fix it, that now when they do remove the bike lanes, the injured person cannot go back and sue the city. That's crazy.
If not, ride safe. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah. Anyway, we can continue the chat on the next stream right after, okay? Bye, guys and gals. See you very soon. Ending